Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. It is July 19th, you guys. It's the eve of our second month end of our 3-month ends. And the whole goal, as you know, was to compartmentalize your goals, make one big goal, and then do 3 little goals to get to that main goal, right? So at this point, I'm not going to talk for very long. There's just 2 things that I want to talk about because we're in for a treat with Lisa and Lea, and I couldn't be more thrilled. At this point, you want to look at your organization, log in, look at your reports, your target rank report. A couple questions with that target rank report. Some people are saying, there is a name of somebody on my team, but when I click on it, they're not qualified. Well, that just means that there's somebody in that leg that's qualified, which is why they're showing up on that report. Okay, does that make sense? You kind of have to just click each name and dissect through. But if you see somebody that has 0 next to their 100 minimum LP requirement, and you know that they've got money, they're going to get paid, reach out and say, hey, you're not getting paid, but don't do it until after tomorrow, because tomorrow all the last auto ships should run. Okay, so there's one of the questions. The second thing is look at your organization. For all of those who are going for diamond or have diamonds under them to get to presidential and beyond, your diamonds, you diamonds and your diamonds need to be as close to 4 personally enrolled people so far now as of tomorrow night. So tomorrow the goal is we're going to pretend it's the month end, and a lot of us scramble at month end and we put in a lot of hours trying to make up for maybe not being consistent through the month. I've done it. I've seen people promote with seconds to spare. In fact, 2 of our speakers tonight can both relate. They put me on my edge of my seat with anxiety going, come on, you got this. So we're going to try to minimize the stress of month end by doing these 3. So tomorrow, diamonds need to have 4 personally enrolled qualified preferred customers, and they need to have 2,000 LP in their 3-level organization. So 0, 1, 2, 3 level. 0 is you, level 1, level 2, level 3. Okay. Now, if you're a little short, that's okay. You're aware of it. Don't leave it till the last day of the month. Just really push tomorrow and push the next day until you catch up, right? Okay, if you're going for presidential, look for the diamonds under you to make sure that they're, on task. Okay, and then international, same thing. Go and make sure your presidentials are looking good. Make sure you've got your personally enrolled people yourself, you're qualified yourself, and you're working towards that volume. The last thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to turn it over to our ladies, is I mentioned with my cute little cheerleader thing that we have a flash sale coming, you guys. So we can count on some extra volume there. Thank you for all of your Anumi posts. There's a couple more, I think, pending last I checked. We'll get them. I don't want to put them all on the wall at one time. So we'll get those released, maybe one tomorrow, one the next day, but keep those coming. And if you have a skin condition testimony, psoriasis, eczema, super dry skin, I know with Hashimoto's dry skin is an issue. I think any thyroid thing. Put your testimony out there if you legitimately have one. If you don't, then don't. But thank you for those posts. But be ready for that. The LP on this flash sale will be 35 LP. So it's going to be an awesome opportunity to be able to fill in the blanks. And one of the tips I wanted to give you real quick is this is going to be a great opportunity to get some fence sitters off the fence. They may not sign up as a preferred customer, but you could offer your price for this sale. You could take their order, take their credit card and say, I'll just log into my account and we'll get you, get your order placed for you. And then you can actually place those orders under, the diamonds to help catch up, or under you to help catch up some of that volume you're missing. And it gets transfer factors in and on their body, which means when you follow up, they're going to be like, yeah, I'm ready. And then you'll have some preferred customers next month. So having said that, you guys, as you know, Lea Leonardo is an international diamond. She is a rock star. I've been wanting to partner with her for a long time. And we tried, we did at our first company, our second company, we tried, it wasn't a perfect fit. this is a perfect fit. And she's going to be sharing some tips with you. And Lisa, I think I met Lea through Lisa, actually, was a leader, an amazing leader on my team in my first company. And these two are BFFs. They have so much fun together, and you're really going to get a lot of good info. So unmute yourself, you guys. The rest of you grab a notepad and a pen and take lots of notes. And I'm going to mute myself.
Are so excited to come to you from Tracy, California, you guys. Hi, everybody. We are excited to share Friday night with you, and of course, my BFF. So, hi, everybody. This is a perfect Friday night.
Okay, hold on. Did you two coordinate, like, let's wear green?
Oh, no. We did not.
You guys look great. Okay, take it away. Go ahead.
I didn't even realize that. You're so funny, Tina. Okay, so we're so excited to hopefully give you some really good nuggets, you guys, where you guys can take this and really, I don't want to say kill it tomorrow, but really like do your business
knock it out of the park
tomorrow. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, okay, so first of all, I want to say that you are your own executive. So everyone always wants to be the boss, right? So here you are in this business and you are your own boss. And sometimes that can be wonderful, and sometimes it can be a little overwhelming because you're not sure what to do. Maybe you've never been in this position. So I really want you to kind of understand that as we're setting goals, and on the 10th, the 20th, and the 30th, really be in that executive mind frame of what needs to happen in your business. So I'm going to give you some tips, and it's going to lead off perfectly into what Lisa's going to give you as far as some details that she does that are very effective. So first off, if you have a pen and paper, what I want to suggest is really streamlining your time that you take. If you tell me, and this is what I work with my team, if they tell me they have 10 hours a week to dedicate to For Life, then we break those hours down. So that's really important to know what you're doing and how you're doing it and being very detailed with that. And so what we do is we break it into 2 columns. So if you have a piece of paper, if you can kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but I did a line down the middle, and one side is all about sales. So it's income producing. Sales is income producing stuff. And the other line is operations, okay? And we will list items that need to happen within your organization or your business that are all sales related and all operations related. And then you're going to break up your time wisely into those two columns, if you will. And we'll bullet point what those mean. So let me give you an idea. In order to have a revenue-based hour or two, I don't want you or myself doing operations and sales. We want to get everything ready and streamlined in the operations hour. And then we want to effectively turn everything off and just really focus on the sales part of it, the income producing time, and really dedicate that time. That is going to be so effective and important for growing your business. So what I mean by that, if you're saying, well, part of my goal is to do these things, go to doctor offices and deliver medical packets, okay? So it's your operational time would be putting that packet together. That falls under operation. So be very clear and streamlined of what you're doing and how you're doing it and when you're doing it. So building the packet will be under operations. And then part of your sales revenue-based timeline will be delivering that packet, making contact with doctors or doctors' offices, building relationships. It will, sales or income producing activities will be making phone calls, touching up with people who are in your warm market, cold market, or hot market. So another tip that I do in the income producing stage, when you're ready to do that, I'll give you kind of an idea. I just kind of did this for today, but I love this big white poster board. I do a lot of things on this, but one of the things I am doing is...
We could see it.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. It is, you're doing like a hot, a warm, and a cold market, and you're actually listing. Hot means they've already expressed they were interested in getting or purchasing the molecule. They're very interested. Warm market, so they're already told you they want to order. So this is like following up with your hot market. Your warm market would be someone who expressed they were interested, but they need more information. Or you've posted something, they've made a comment. That's your warm market. That's also friends and family. Anyone who you know pretty well that isn't feeling well or not doing well, or they're very into health. Those are your warm market people. Those are people that are more likely going to support you or going to go into that hot category, okay? And then your cold market, it's someone you haven't even talked to about the molecule or health, or you haven't talked to in a long time. So it could be like Facebook friends that you haven't talked to in a long time, but you want to connect with. And so when I go to my sales income producing column, and it's the 20th, like it's the 19th day, and the 20th I'm trying to set a goal, and I might have a couple hundred points to hit. I am going to follow up with my hot market and my warm market. Those are likely the people that I've already want to order, didn't have time, didn't place the order. So I'm going to really work with those two columns. Does that make sense? And then my cold market, I try to work on them after the 20th, so the 21st, the 22nd, 23rd, and move them into that warm and hot market. So I hope that makes sense, but really strategizing, and when you're your own executive, you definitely want to, stats are important. So understanding how many times you're touching people, and I just do a little check mark next to them, how many times I've touched them, because as we've all read, it takes about 8 times for them to hear the same thing. Think about when you first learned about the molecule, you had to hear it over and over and over and really read the verbiage before you could share that with someone, right? So remember that stats are important. Keeping track of how many times you're touching each person, and not giving up is important. So specifically, again, I'm just going to recap, and then Lisa's going to go over how she does it. And keep your notepad and your pen available, because she's going to give you some really great ideas that you can fill in where does it go in ops, and where does it go in income producing, the sales part of it. Okay. Let's see. I think, is my time up already? Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going to go over for now. And then I'm passing it over to Lisa. Thank you, guys.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Leah, for that. It's important to have our list and know what we're going to do with our list. So those of you that don't know me, I am a salon owner. I actually own 2 salons, so I manage those. I also work on clients. So I am literally hands within people 8 to 14 hours a day. So to say the very least, I work for life, very part-time, but all the time. So let me explain that really quick. I am always having for life the forefront of my brain. One of the ways that I do that is I love this, what Dana has done for us and brought us the 3 nth months. I kind of do that already. I break mine into 4 month ends, I break my big goal into 4 goals, weekly goals. That way I stay on top and in tune to my business on a weekly basis, as busy as I am. It forces me to check myself and make sure I'm doing what I need to do. So when I say that I work my business very part-time, but all the time, it's because it's always at the forefront of my mind. When I am talking to a client and building a relationship and building a trust and building a rapport, and they mention their daughter has stomach issues, or their cousin has breast cancer, or whatever. Of course, sirens are going off in my head. Ding, 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 ding. I can help this person, but I'm not going to just bud right into the middle of their conversation and say, have you heard of transfer factors? And it's all about me now. I continue to listen to their story, and we're having an organic conversation. It's important to continue to build that trust and that relationship with that person. When the moment arises organically for me to say, hey, have you ever heard of transfer factors? Then great. If it doesn't arise organically, and I can't say that without sounding like a salesperson or sounding pushy, then as soon as they walk out my door, I'm running to the back room. I'm making my notes. I have recently incorporated the card system that Dana brought up our last Zoom. If you haven't done that, or you haven't heard that, jump on the recording and listen to that, because that is going to make my job a lot easier. So thanks, Dana, to that. Making my notes, and that person I'm going to follow up with within 48 hours let them know that I haven't been able to stop thinking about them. Their conversation has really stuck with me, and I was wondering if they've ever heard transfer factors. I just opened the door, I'm going to shut my mouth, and then they're going to hopefully continue the conversation. So it's important to have those conversations all the time. We cannot work our business and miss those opportunities. I'm really big on missed opportunities. We can't miss opportunities. We have to be prepared and ready all the time. So when it comes to meeting our goals, like I said, I break mine into weekly goals. These 3 months ends are perfect. We have our big goal. We've broken them down into 3 goals, detailed goals. For example, my goal this month was to maintain Presidential Diamond, grow my sales by 20%, have 3 diamonds in my organization, enroll 4 new customers, hold 1 social, detailed goals. And then I go and break those down into my weekly goals. Okay, how am I going to do that volume? I like to have my volume goals at closer to the beginning of the month as opposed to the end of the month, because yes, like Dana mentioned, we've been at the last seconds, pulling our hair out, freaking out just a little bit. That's not fun if you don't need to do it. So we're at our month end goal. What do I need to do? I'm short. What do I need to do? I hope all of you are seizing the monthly specials. The monthly specials are huge. For Life has done a great value for us, offering a bundled, discounted package for us to offer our clients. So when it comes to regards of our hot, warm, and cold list that Leah mentions, we can go to that list and see who this monthly special will benefit. It's not going to benefit everybody, but there's going to be a good portion of people on our list that it can benefit, whether they're already currently ordering 1 or more of those products. They need to know about how they can save money. If they've complained about, for example, this month's monthly special, if they've ever complained about back pain, knee pain, elbow pain, shoulder pain, any kind of anything like that, we need to reach out to that person, let them know about this monthly special. It's a great way to start a conversation. Hey, our company is offering a monthly special, and I couldn't help but think about you. I know you already ordered the Flex for Life. Have you ever considered adding? I could go on and on about different conversations, but you guys get my point, I think. So seize the opportunity with what For Life has done for us with the monthly specials. And if they've already done their auto ship, they already have their 100 points in, they're going to get even a bigger credit off of that bundle discount. So be sure you know to let your customers know that as well. Let's see here. I'm looking at my notes. I don't want to miss anything here. Let's see. So communication kind of falls back into everything we've all been talking about, staying in communication with our customers all the time. That card system that Dana mentioned is great. The monthly specials, let's see, the loyalty program. We have a report system that makes it really easy. Those zeros stand out when I look at my report. So when you're looking at your downline report, all those zeros that are popping out, you should be reaching out to every single one of them, especially this month end. This month end is going to make it really easy for us, because if they haven't processed their loyalty by tomorrow and there's a 0 there, we need to pick up the phone. We need to reach out to our customers. Either they need to be set up on the loyalty program, or possibly they had a glitch in the system, possibly a credit card got denied or didn't process due to expiration date or whatever. We need to reach out to those people. Those are simple little tasks that we can do to boost our LP. If our customers, before the end of the month, closer to the beginning of the month, take a look at where our customer's LP is. If they're sitting somewhere in between 115 and 124, we should reach out to our customers and let them know, make sure that they know that there is a free product that they're missing out on with just a little bit more volume. So that's an easy way to add a little bit more volume to your existing customers already. Have a list of some 10 volume products, some 20 volume products, some 30 volume products. So that way, when you do call Leah, you know Leah has some anxiety. So So I'm going to say, hey, Leah, you're so close to earning something that our company does for us. They give us a free product every month if we're at 125 LP. You're so close. I know you've mentioned stress, or I know you've, have you tried our toothpaste yet? There's all sorts of products out there that are easy little add-ons. So that's a missed opportunity I think a lot of us have, is adding that little bit of extra volume that's going to help a lot. Leah and I use the term, and I'm sure other people do too, scrubbing your account. Go to your back office. And so Leah's placed a few people underneath me. I don't know all of my team members, people that they've enrolled. If I see those zeros, I'm reaching out to them too, making sure that they've taken a look at the back office. Not everybody knows how to or understands, and then coach them on what they can do to turn those zeros into some sort of number that's going to help with their volume. If we're at our month end and we're still falling a little bit short, we've reached out to some of that warm market, or that hot market, I should say. That hot market, maybe those are the people we offer an incentive to. See what we have kind of in back stock, maybe reach out to our leader and let them know that, hey, I'm super close. I want to see if I can offer a little incentive to somebody. We're all here to help each other. So that hot market, those people that have already said they want to order, they just haven't ordered yet, those might be the ones that I might offer an incentive to, a toothpaste or a lotion or something like that, that help them kind of just put them over that edge. Hey, let me get your credit card. Let me put that order in for you. I don't always like to wait for my customer to go on and place her own order either when it comes down to the end of the month. I kind of like to be in control of that. So if I'm taking an order for somebody in the last few days, I'll take their information, their credit card, and put them in the system myself. That way I know they're in there. I'm not waiting and checking my back office every 10 minutes like, they said they were going to do it, they said they were going to do it. That's stressful too. So those are a couple things that I do. One of the things that also resonated with me from the last Zoom on our first month end was what Betty had shared with us, is about being deliberate and being authentic. It's important for everything that we do, all these things that we do, that we're being deliberate and being authentic about. You just don't want to randomly call somebody that you've never mentioned this stuff to before. So it's important for us to work this business all month long, not to wait to the last day to close a sale or do something. Not everybody's on our time. I know the last month end, I reached out to a few people, and it was 2 days later that they got back to me, and I actually ended up getting an order or fixed their loyalty program. Well, if it was the 30th or the 31st, that would have been too late for that month. So be on top of your back office and your reports and all that kind of stuff throughout the month, and don't miss those opportunities. I was going to talk about social media a little bit, but Dana covers that, I think, really well all the time. It's important for us to be active on social media, whether it's one post a week or one post a month. Whatever you do, be consistent. That's one other huge thing too for me, is consistency. Whether your consistency is 1 hour a week working for life, make sure it's 1 hour every single week. Don't skip a week, don't skip a month. Stay on top of it. If it's 10 hours a week that you're committing to for life, then be consistent with that. Make it 10 hours a week all the time. Find the time, whether it's waking up a little early or staying up a little later. We can find the time. My husband is slowly getting on board with me and for life. He hasn't been in the past. So besides running businesses, managing a family, and a husband that is like, why are you on the computer when you just got home from a 12-hour day? He's slowly getting on board. I still find the time to do what I need to do this. And I really value what Leah has instilled and what Dana instills, that this is our race. We don't need to chase after anybody else. It's what we want and our goals. And it's important for us to work within those limits that work for us. And we will get to where we want to go, what we want to do, by being consistent and being authentic and not missing opportunities. There's so many things that we have that I think we all just miss the opportunity. So that's my big share, I think, is don't miss the opportunities that are so easily in front of us, that we can add volume and customers pretty easily. So Did I cover everything you wanted me to?
Oh my God, she's amazing, isn't she? I mean, she's just so freaking, I want to say badass. Can I say it?
No.
Yeah, you can say it.
Okay, so she just works all the freaking time. She's amazing. I learn so much from Lisa all the time, and I love how detailed she is, and I love that she makes no excuses. I mean, she runs and works 2 full salons, and she, on top of that, does a whole cosmetics, skincare. She's always running, and she's always doing something, and she has never said I can't do For Life, because she knows how important it is and what the opportunity, you guys, the opportunity is amazing. It just continues to grow every single month if you just give it some love and some time. So I just love that you're amazing, Lisa. So thank you for sharing all your
You're
tips.
amazing.
Well, I'm going to throw in something else there, because I don't want to send the message that constantly is the only way to make this work, because Lisa plays hard. She vacations, she golfs. She's really good about showing that. So the point is if you create that balance, like she's always got For Life on her mind. She dropped a couple hints that we've got a few minutes. You guys rocked it. Like, you really put in a lot of good information in a short amount of time. But that's the thing, is when you're For Life, when you are working, you work like Matt, like what Lisa and Lea were talking about. Be strategic. You've got your sales, you've got your operations. Make sure that you're doing each of those. You're doing your follow-ups. You're doing your, whatever. I think one of the operations thing would be to set up that little card box. That thing's working amazing for me as well, you guys. I know there's so many of you are doing it. I love the fact that you're showing pictures on the 4. It's really motivating to other people. But I wanted to just call out a couple things that they said. In case you didn't write it down, in case you missed it, I want you to write these down, okay? Stats. That's really important. Lea said you've got to keep stats. So if you're following up with people and you said I followed up, but you don't know how many times, and you've only followed up once or twice, you're going to be like, well, they're not interested. But really, you didn't do your job. You didn't follow up enough. It takes 8 touches. You guys, I got to tell you, I got a message from a friend of mine I went to high school with, and that was not too many years ago, not too many years ago. But I have had to follow up with her a lot, and she's ready to get going. Like, finally, okay? So, and she's been watching me for 8 years. So that's the thing too. Like, she's just been watching this lifestyle, and now she's ready. That's an extreme one, but I wanted to just remind you of that, okay? I loved what Lisa said. Listen to people and organically share. So many of us are like, we listen and we're creating that conversation, but really all we're thinking is, when can I get that topic in? Don't get the topic in if it's not organic. That's such a turnoff. And then people reach out and go, this thing's not working for me. No, everybody's saying no. Well, let's tweak a little bit of what you're doing. Write your notes down. You had this conversation on that day. It didn't come up authentically. It didn't come up organically. And watch their Facebook. Maybe they'll make a post, I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's an organic say, hey, I saw your post, and I feel really bad that I didn't bring this up before, but have you heard of transfer factors? So you guys, that's what I do. I do not push people. I don't. And then they come back, or I'll see an open door and I'll do it, and it's authentic and it's organic. Okay, so Lisa had a really good point too, you guys. And if you time this right, you could help your customers save some shipping. But with the flash sale and the July special, if you really work hard on the day before the flash sale is going, which I think is it's the 24th, 25th, 26th, I believe. Don't quote me, go look at what I posted in the group. But if you the day before say, hey, I wanted to let you know that we've got our monthly specials going away in a few days, and tomorrow we're doing a flash sale, and you're going to want this BOGO. It's buy one, get one half off, this lotion, blah, blah, blah. If they buy both of those, imagine the money they would save, especially if they've got their 100 LP already, and they're only paying shipping once. That's going to be amazing amounts of volume being pummeled into your business over the 3-day period. So thank you for reminding me about that special. I'm going to be sending out some messages for that as well. The downline report, we've talked about that. Look, all those zeros, if there are zeros, especially if you just enrolled them, the month before. Say, hey, I know you didn't get your loyalty program set up. I wanted to make sure you understand the details on that. But according to my notes, it's time for you we don't want you to be without your transfer factors, and get them to place an order right that day. Okay. Now there's one last thing, and then I'm going to let you go because we're going to go to the Mangy Moose and we're going to have some dinner and a cocktail or two, maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. But here's one of the things that I wanted to say. Now, Lisa brought up, what did you call it, Lisa? Scouring your...
Scrubbing.
What?
Scrubbing.
Scrubbing. That's a great word. I got to write that down. Scrub. Okay.
Like cleaning it up.
Yeah. Okay, so when you're scrubbing your downline, if there is, let me back up a little bit. I have placed everybody that I enroll, I place. I have enough on my front line right now. I've got, whatever. So I want to make sure I'm putting it in my 3-level volume, usually at level 2, or if I've locked arms with somebody, I'm always placing people. There's never anybody that I keep, right? But I follow up with them. So here's the deal. If you go into your back office and you see that somebody maybe has 0 or their LP is not quite 100 and they might be potentially making some money or whatever it is, reach up to the person that placed them and say, hey, would you like me to follow up with them? Are you following up with them? Don't step on toes, because a lot of times, people, if I place somebody under you, they're going to be like, who's Lea Leonardo reaching out to me? I don't even know who that is, right? So make sure that you get with the person that enrolled them and say, look, I'm running for Diamond. Would you mind following up with those people really quick that you placed under me so that we can create that volume? That's what teamwork is about. There's nothing wrong with that. And many times when I have reached, say that again?
I hound Lea all the time. I have a list for you. Can you follow up with your people, please?
Yes, do that, you guys. That's brilliant, okay? Because I'm happy to do it. And if I get in a situation, or you've placed somebody and you get in a situation where you can't, like, girl, I am riding horses for the next week. So I'm going to do a 3-way message with you and her and me, and I'm going to introduce the two of you together and just say, hey, friend, I wanted to introduce you to Lisa. She's an awesome leader on my team. She is going to be reaching out to you occasionally to be an added layer of support. If you have a question and I'm not available, reach out to her. And then I'm going to connect you guys so that it's a smooth, like, I'm not just dumping you off. Right? Does that make sense? So go scrub your back office, see who has placed people under you, if that's happened yet, and then reach out to them and then start working on, hey, can I be an added layer of support and help with that volume? Then when you're running for a goal like this, then you can reach out and it's not weird. You're like, hey, long time no talk. I just wanted to double check. You can even go to that same 3-way message so that it jogs that memory. Okay? Any questions? We literally have technically 10 minutes, but I'm hungry. So if you have questions, will you unmute yourself and ask away? All right, so these rock stars just kind of nailed it because y'all don't have questions. If you do, post them in the 4 and we'll get them answered for you guys. Thank you so much for taking time on a Friday night. Oh, did I hear someone?
I'm driving. When are you going to post this recordings?
After dinner, if we're honest. It has to stream and then I'll post it. Yeah.
Dana? Fabulous. Thank you, hon. Love you guys. Bye.
You're welcome. Love you, Michelle. Yes, Linda.
You mentioned if they've already received their loyalty order, they only paying shipping once. Does that mean shipping for this sales offer for July?
Well, so the monthly sales can't be added to loyalty. So if people want that sale, they have to place a different order. They have to place a separate order, which means they'll pay additional shipping. So if you time it right and you tell them about the sale going away and the flash sale that we have, if they place that order within those 3 days of the flash sale, they're getting the flash sale and they're getting the monthly sale, and they're only paying shipping on that one order. That's what I meant.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That makes sense?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Anybody else? Okay, guys, have an awesome second month end tomorrow. I will be closing my gap as well tomorrow because we don't check into the Dude Ranch until Sunday. So I will be closing months. If you've got anybody that I've placed under you and you need me to follow up with them, let me know. I'll be going through my enroller report to make sure that I'm doing what I can do. But I can't wait. And again, it's month end, so your butt sits in the chair and it meets the goal regardless of how long it takes you, right? Just like it was the end of the month for real. So, okay, thank you, Chantrell. You guys have an awesome weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Thank
Bye,
you,
everybody.
Lisa and Leah. Thank you
you.
so much. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Have fun.
Thanks. Have fun.
Okay, bye.